back to the 60s. Take them with you. Segregate your money and your athletes from them. If you are an athlete in these states, hit the portal. Get up out of there. If you're thinking about going to these states, think again. Shop black. Support black businesses. Shop with Asians, Latinos. If you must shop with them, only buy what you need. Leave what you want on the shelf so you can get what you want for yourself.
Japan.
Some states are trying to
Alright, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off by saying all praise, honor, praise, and fear to the heavenly BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also need the barge, the apostles, and the elders, great millstone who do well. He's about to become a member of the great millstone Atlanta camper. Back again today with my video, and this is going to be called Arise Ye and Depart. And this comes from the scripture of the book of Micah, the 2nd chapter and 10th verse, and it reads, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Now in the video, this guy is sitting in front of a shop that has a whites only sign, saying how the so-called white man is trying to bring, okay, the 1960s spirit, okay, back here in Babylon. But that spirit really never left. You know, Esau has always had a perpetual hatred for you so-called Negroes, Hispanic, and Native Americans, throughout the ages. It's just now you're starting to wake up and actually see that this man is your enemy. Now you're actually starting to see that there's no good that can actually come from the serpent, okay, because through him, you know, polluting the mind of Eve, which polluted the mind of Adam, is how he got here in the fucking first place. So really, you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, okay, which are the children of Israel, okay, and you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans are the children of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, alright? And you can never be friends with a so-called white man, because he always has a perpetual hatred in his heart for you, no matter what. It's already written within the Bible. Okay, this is the book of Genesis 27. I think I'm going to jump to 32. You know, it says, And Isaac, his father, said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Where is he? Here, because why? Remember, you read up in the chapter, Jacob went before Isaac, but he basically put his clothes and brought the venison to him, put his clothes to smell like outside, and he would, you know, put hair on him, you know, so he could be, you know, have the appearance of Esau, right? Because remember, Esau's a man of the field. Also, you know, Rebecca gave him, Rebecca made him the pottage or whatever, and, you know, helped him out, you know, help him Yaquab the blessing, which through the spirit, it's always been like that. You know, the Lord chose Jacob. There's nothing that Esau can do. There's nothing that anyone can do, okay? The Lord ordained this from the beginning of time, for there to be enmity between the woman and the serpent. It says in Isaac, so I'm going to grab the point, Salakia. But if you just read the chapter, okay, you can see how and why Esau lost the blessing, and as well as how Isaac didn't know that it was Esau at first instead of Jacob, because he was older in age, so he, you know, was basically blind. It's like, let me drink. Okay, so Genesis 27 and 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison? His venison is dear, and brought it me. And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, he shall be blessed. And Esau heard the words of his father. He cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. Yeah, because what was the blessing that Isaac gave unto Jacob? The kingdom of heaven. And this is why Esau hates so much now, because he believes that that blessing is his, but it was never his to begin with. Okay, you were chosen to be the wicked. Okay, if it was your blessing, then you would have never did what you did as a serpent in the garden. You know, you would have been one of the sons of Adam. You know, not the sons of the wicked. And when Esau heard the word of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry. And that's what was going on now. Esau is hearing the words of the scriptures, and he's crying out with a strong, exceedingly bitter cry. Okay, this is why you have people like Chud the Builder, or alt right, such as Kirk, what's his name, Charlie Kirk. Okay, who can go out on college campuses and raise up crowds and rev up that old Edomite spirit. And that's a spirit that the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is putting in the earth. Excuse me, is putting in the earth right now. All right, the old spirit of enmity between the serpent and the woman. The woman being who? The nation Israel, and the serpent being the so-called white man. And this is why this Jake is talking about, stay within the community. But hey, look, no matter what Jake does in this society, he's going to be under the curses. And this is why it says in Micah, the 2nd chapter, in 10th verse, arise ye and depart. No matter how many black-owned businesses there are, okay, even within the city of Atlanta, okay, say Atlanta is what, Black Hollywood. It doesn't matter how many black-owned civilizations you have. It doesn't matter how much plot of land you have. You're still going to be oppressed. Because why? All right, Satan has to rule for his little season. We are still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. So instead of you talking about, okay, try to buy from some fucking gooks and some buy from Mexicans, okay, which Mexicans are the tribe of Issachar, okay, which is one of 12 sons of Jacob. So yes, they are Israelites, but they're bugged out of their minds. Okay, most of the Northern Kingdom are just fucking through, bro. Okay, they still believe in the so-called white God. They even though they can acknowledge that the so-called white man beat and raped and ravaged their whole historical heritage. Okay, but that's another lesson for another day. Okay, what this nigga doesn't understand. Okay, is Jake on the screen. Okay, freshly shaved up beard, looking like damn pastor. Okay, what this nigga doesn't understand is that there's only one person who can actually redeem us, which would be who? Yahawashai. Okay, and this is why, okay, he said what? They're coming back in that 1960 spirit. Of course they're gonna come back in the 1960 spirit. Nigga, they hate you. Esau does not like you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you they hate niggas. Ask them. Yeah, I hate niggas too. Okay, but you see, that's why there's a distinguishing between what? The 1/3 and 2/3. 2/3 are some fucking niggas. I hate their ass too. You see, but Esau hits the whole body of Jacob. He don't care if you are proclaiming yourself to be righteous, okay, or if you're just some nigga sagging your pants. And this is why he's actually going to test that theory. So let me grab that, and then let me finish out this Genesis 27. Genesis 27, verse 36, and he said, is not he rightly named Yaquab? For he had supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord. And yeah, why? Because Jacob's going to rule over Esau, right? And all his brethren, which I have given to him for servants, kingdom of heaven, and with his corn and wine have I sustained him, best parts of the earth, right? Jerusalem. I believe, hold on, let me make sure, I just want to double check. I don't want to just say something. Genesis 37. Fresh corn is what representing wheat. Yeah, okay. Some of the best land. So I'm supposing. Okay, Slovakia. Continue on going. It says, and Esau said unto his father, And what shall I do unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? O my father, bless me, even me also, of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live, and it shall come to pass. And she lives by the sword, bro. Okay, this is why you guys have 1960 spirit. This nigga's been had this spirit, bro. The civil rights movement was only, 80 years ago, my nigga? Nothing has changed. Nothing. Just because you got a little fucking technology, some phones, okay, you think you got a black president a couple years ago? Nigga, no, nothing has fucking changed. You know, you're still in this fucking nigga's prison. You're still captive here in Babylon. Alright? And once again, Esau does not care whether you proclaim yourself to be righteous or if you're a nigga sagging your pants in the streets. He don't care if you follow the law, statutes, commandments. He don't care. He wants all of Israel dead. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right? Which I believe that's talking about the best of everything. Okay, but I'm speaking about the yoke. That's talking about the dark ages. No, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm capping. Who the email church breaks your fucking team. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, anyway, I'm gonna grab this. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2 or 3. Take the point. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse no, it's not that. Okay, yeah, it's locked. It's Wisdom of Solomon 2. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Once again, Esau's even going to come after the prophets. Here is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We esteem of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed. The meek shall inherit the earth. That's what Psalms 29, maybe 34, 9. I really read it today, bro. I was legitimately reading it today. It's all good. I'll just type it up. No, it's Psalms 37. It's Psalms 34. Okay. It's Psalms 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Right? The wicked plotted against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. His teeth meaning his military. The Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Once again, okay, what this Jake doesn't understand is that Esau has a perpetual hatred. He's gonna come after his black ass too. He's sitting up in front of the fucking store, surprised by the white only sign. Nigga, that's how Esau's raised up. This whole country's been raised up on that same memo. You don't think that spirit is still around, you idiot? And once again, it's getting enraged. Because remember, the Lord said what? For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay? Is not the downfall of Esau or Edom going on right now? Okay, so that's a spiritual kingdom fighting against actually a physical kingdom, and those realms are going to actually mesh together. And we're going to see that very soon during the time of Jacob's trouble. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He foreseeth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that YAHAWAH is his father. he maketh his boast that Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is his father. Let us see if his words be true. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. So once again, this thing is hatred. I think it was Amos, the 3rd chapter, 3 and 10 maybe, 2 and 10. See, I think it's a perpetual hatred. It's never gonna end. I think it's 1 and 10, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. I will probably screw up in a bit. Wow. This is the book of Amos 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the places of Basra. Once again, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is not going to cast away his people, and he's for sure not going to acquit the wicked. And the wicked is ruling. You can see why, okay, he can't do that. This Jake can't see why, okay, Esau's in that spirit. Because he's at his wit's end. He understands his kingdom is fallen. And Babylon is through, bro. And since Babylon is through, we understand that what? This devil's going to have to come down in great wrath. Because he has to set this new world order up. It's prophecy. But once again, the meek shall inherit the earth. Let me read that one more time. Psalm 34, verse 11. Psalm 34, verse 11. Slaki. I think it's Psalms 39, verse 11. Oh, man. I really don't know. I just lost the precept like that. Psalms 34, verse 37, verse 11. Psalms 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Okay. So what this Jake doesn't understand is that the Lord, okay, is going to actually allow Esau to turn up that old ancient spirit of hatred, as he's done before, even during the time of the Babylonians, where he said, what, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Revelation 12, verse 12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, both the heavens and earth and the sea, for the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because ye knoweth ye have but a short time. And best believe, okay, a white only sign is going to be the least of this nigga's problems, okay, when Esau actually starts beheading people, okay, starts throwing Jake in FEMA camps, specifically you Southern Kingdom. Because you Southern Kingdom, man, you're just fucking retarded. Here it is, you see your own brother getting sent into damn detention centers, and you don't say a damn word. You don't say anything. You don't rise up. You don't, hey, but Judah's what? That crouching lion. That lazy ass fucking lion, bro. But something's gonna have to really knock you niggas upside the head, bro. And hopefully it's fucking Trump to do it. Which I believe so. How this nigga moving and shaking, bro, he has that ancient Neroite, that ancient Nero hatred for you Jakes, okay, you Israelites, you so-called black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. All right, but I'm gonna close it off like that. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom and call hello, Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH, and Lord's will is edifying, Lord's will enjoyed it. Shalom, shalom.